Hey, diary. Can you hear me okay?
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.
What's going on? Okay, I wasn't sure because I'm using my new camera, but I can't plug my microphone in with it because my stupid other USB port won't work. So I was like, all right, I'll use the computer sound, but oh, hon, that's not good. That's not good at all. I'm sorry to hear that. Got a little gnat flying around here. So does that make you goofy or like when you're sleep deprived? Like I get very goofy when I get sleep deprived. Sure, everything's working. Oh crap, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh, sweetie, I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope you get some sleep soon. Oh man, that sucks. It really does suck. Oh geez. I can't imagine what two of me look like. How does the camera look on your end? Does it without double? Does it look okay? I hate that. So are you going through like that phase where kind of like when you get the flu and every little noise wakes you up? Hey Zach, I'm doing well. How are you doing? Thank you so much. I'm excited. I got my new camera. I got my equipment. I didn't do an unboxing because I can't bring myself to wait for things. I got the message yesterday from one of my friends that works at front desk. He's like, "There's a package here for you." I'm like, "Is it from UPS?" He said, "Yep." And I'm like, "On my way." I opened it up out there at the lobby. Oh, sweetie. Does it have to do with your sister? Did she have the baby? Not to be nosy, I'm just asking. I had to go back and put my hoodie back on. I'm in that. Hope I'm not getting sick. I don't think so though. Um, yes, I did feel like a kid on Christmas, but I'm in that point where I'm like, I'm cold, but I'm not cold. I'm like on the verge of sweating, but yet I'm still cold because it's damp, it's rainy. If that makes any sense. I did. And when I was opening up, oh no. Oh, wow. Oh, that's not good, Diary. I'm so sorry to hear that. Well, prayers to her, definitely, that she comes out of it okay. Excuse me. So I am upset about one thing that I got. The one thing that I was really looking forward to was my grid, my laser grid. And I got it. I got it. Oh, is it? Hi, Joanne. How are you, hon? Is it the one that's messing with a couple people, Diary? Because if so, I know who you're talking about. Sure, Joanne. We haven't gotten into that yet, but we will. Oh, no, it's a, oh, okay. All right, all right. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. And yeah, they definitely need to leave you alone. I'm sorry you're going through that. That's crazy. I can't stand. I won't name names, but I think I might have a feeling of who it is. Maybe. Just because, I'm a watcher of people. But yeah, I believe I know who it is. But so I was saying about this. I absolutely love this. Okay. Gotcha. 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 And, but it came with a battery and a charger, of course, a lithium battery, which I'm surprised that they shipped up here because, and I was surprised that my K2 meter came with a battery installed in it because usually they do not ship their batteries up here. In Amazon, it's very hard to find people to ship up here batteries. And there was a whole, oh, Eddie threw out the box, but there's a whole sticker of batteries on the box. And I am very, very surprised. So this is, of course, a lithium battery, rechargeable battery, and it's a no good battery. It worked in the in the most part. It worked for a little bit in this. So it came with a charger, like I said, and the charger was blinking red, which usually means that it's not a good battery. Can't get the battery to charge, can't do anything. So now we have to hunt around here because I can't find anybody to send me a lithium battery. And so hopefully Eddie had a good idea that the marina shop might have lithium batteries for all the boating equipment that uses rechargeable batteries. We do have a Radio Shack, but I don't know if I mean they might have them. We got to check around on payday. So I'm kind of bummed at that because that you guys, you know, some of you know that that's the main thing, is because I see shadow people all the time. And I was pretty excited to get it and then bummed when it stopped working. But I did get my K2 meter, and I did get my SB7. So I'm excited, and I'm thankful for everybody that told me to get the speaker with it. Because, yeah. And of course, I got my camera, as you guys well see. It's not as, I mean, it was a cheap camera. It was, as you know, I had a budget, and I went over my budget. But, so now he told me now that these all came and he was playing around with them and stuff like that, he's like, well, he goes, now we got to get you the millimeter and the FLIR. And I told him the FLIR, all I want the FLIR for, I don't even want it for ghost hunting. I want it so when we go out there, I can detect if there's a bear in the woods. So I said, you can do the hunting. I'll be like, I'll be doing, he can do the paranormal stuff, and I'll be searching those woods for the bears. Good morning, Vegas. How are you? Long time no see. How you been? Exactly, Zach. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I was like, I mean, it's great for ghost hunting and that, but I'm using it for the what I need to use it for, which is the bears. But yeah, so I was like a kid in a candy store yesterday when that package came in. Oh, and I also got, for when I do my horoscopes, I got a little thing that's going to be a pain in the ass, I can tell, for my little. Oh, congratulations to your sister, Vegas. That's awesome. That's awesome. Glad you had safe travels. Thank you so much. I'm 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 excited. I'm really excited. We actually because if you can see there's a mirror right there. For some reason I don't have, because I have a mirror over here too, but I for some reason when you walk past that mirror, it gives off a different feel. And that's why the staffs are there. The staffs are like blessed, and they're keeping the spirits at bay. And we took the staffs off and did the spirit box session last night. And now, mind you, like I said, I only have one radio station here. So it was a very good deal that you guys got convinced me to get the SB7, because um uh it worked great. It worked great. Yeah, yeah, exactly, diary. And but when we put the staffs there, we don't get so much. We get some, but not as much. So we took it off. We had a spirit box session. Voices were coming through left and right. And as soon as Eddie went to put the staffs back to where we have them, all of a sudden he got like major chills, like he was being told, "Don't put them back, don't put them back." It was really cool, and that was just a little session because we just wanted to play. We wanted to see what was going on. So we'll definitely. And I really wish my grid was working, because that's what his biggest thing. My thing is over here. I see the shadows over in this part of the room and over in front of me. He sees them at the mirror. I see them over here. So I think we're definitely going to I think now that he's seen how the grid works and everything, I mean, he knew how the grid works, but I think we're probably going to have to get a couple of them because pointed in different directions. Of course, diary, of course. Now, I'm going to, for the people that wants an oracle reading, you know, I do one oracle poll. I'm going to give you the choice of if you want the fairies. I know I'm excited to use it. Or my archangel deck. Now, my archangel deck, I'm going to tell you, excuse me, that's I don't have the book for it, so it'll be just on the card. But if you want that, now let me put my goodies away because, you know. And last night was mostly about rearranging stuff and how to do it and all that and how we were going to set it up and everything. You want the fairies? All right, we can do a fairy. And then Joanne, after you. The person I've been separated from. Okay, Joanne. No, you're fine. Don't oops. No oops. There's no oops in my channel. We'll go ahead and do diaries because she's a little sleep deprived. She can't sleep. So everybody say a prayer for her that she gets some sleep. And we'll go ahead and get her a card. What fairies would like to come through first? Okay. You got, of course, you'd get the one that I can't pronounce. Well, there's a couple of them, but you know. Amara the Menahun. Aloha Healing. Oh, I do like this camera. She is number 19. I always say the number just in case somebody's into numerology. Okay, she says, Aloha. It's time. It is time for a guilt-free time out for you. When you will invite the energy of Hawaii and a more self-nurturing into your life. It's time to discover and fade out those voices that say you must always work hard and be stressed to achieve what it is you wish for. I am of a time and place where time moves in its own way. When you are at one with the natural world and where your body and soul are entwined in union and sing the most beautiful song. You need the power of sunshine on your body. Please give yourself a sun bath, a natural, energetic healing of pure golden light, and feel the radiance warm in your bones and filled with joy. Amara has come, and it is time to begin to eat more fresh fruits, drink healthy juices and smoothies, or take dance lessons, have a tropical bath with flower petals, and bring the energy of waterfalls into your life. Kahuna message and bodywork is wonderful for you when Amara makes her gentle, powerful presence felt. She also responds well to dancing, joyful exercise, singing, and music. Fresh foods, fruits, and more raw food, and you would definitely benefit more from sunshine and outdoors time. There there may be relaxation and healing tradition within your ancestry to investigate. Take a vacation, a journey to a soulful place. Holistic treatments have an appeal, as will natural alternatives. By taking this, drink your lemon juice. Damn it. By taking this approach and devoting yourself to it, you can expect renewed health, and an old positive new attitude too. Above all, it is time to connect to the power of sunshine in gentle, soulful ways. Surfing and ocean swim will be most beneficial at this time. See? You will forever be my lemon girl. What an awesome message. What an awesome message. That's cool. I know, just reading that, I was just like, the lemons popped into my head, so I had to say it. There you go. There you go. Awesome. 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 Joanne, would you like a fairy or an archangel? I'm glad she came to you, Diary. You needed to hear that, definitely. You're very welcome. You know that, girl. Always. Oh no, did I lose Joanne? Dot, 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 right? I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, see? Dot, dot, dot. Damn it. So while we're waiting, you want to hear what email I got? Because you know me big on my conspiracy theories and such. What's cool about having this camera too is that I can use my phone for other things. So I got I don't know if you guys know about the Stars Academy, To the Stars Academy with Tom DeLonge. I've been following all that stuff. So apparently I got an email that says they found some assets, right? Material of To the Stars and Academy of Arts and Science has acquired multiple pieces of metamaterials and are archived of initial analysis and research for the controversial research product. ADAM is an acronym for Acquisition and Data Analysis of Materials. Oh my God, stop right there. Yeah, you can if you want. Definitely. Hold on, hold on. Let me get the invite. Let me remember how to do that. Can't post it there. Hold on. I'm getting there. Hi, Eleni. Eleni, did I say that right? I'm sorry if I didn't. I apologize. So they inquired about this material. Crap. No, I lost my email. There we go. And it says the ownership of these assets were previously retained and studied by investigative journalist Linda Howe, of course, and are reported to have come from an advanced aerospace vehicle of unknown origin, and that allows TTSA to conduct rigorous scientific expeditions or evaluations to determine its function and possible applications. So now they've gotten their hands on this, they're going to check it out. and see what's going on with it. So I'll be excited to hear more on that. Because the new revelation now, people that have followed me for a while know I'm a Chad Kalick freak, and he just came up with a new podcast the other night and said that the David Skyfall person, remember we're trying to figure out who the hell he is, might be working with them. Oh, you are backstage. Damn it, I keep forgetting about that.
Hey,
Yeah, you are.
can you hear me okay?
I can hear you okay.
Okay. Um, it's so weird that you're talking about this. Sorry, I'm kind of losing my voice.
It's okay.
That's what happens when I'm sleep deprived.
Yeah.
Um,
See double.
so weird because I was on Greg's panel at Irish Whiskey
Mm-hmm.
Paranormal last night, and I was talking about Tom DeLong and about this stuff. Am I
And I just got
echoing?
that this morning.
Am I echoing at all?
No, I don't hear an echo.
Okay.
Do you guys hear an echo out there?
I hear an echo for me.
Huh, that's weird. It might be me. No, because I don't have anything else on.
Okay. Uh, let me go back out and come back in real quick and see if that
Okay,
helps.
I'll watch for you.
1 second.
It's good now. It was good now. How you doing, Elaine? How you doing? Hopefully it's all
Okay.
well.
Is that better?
You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Is that better?
It's little bit better. Okay, yeah.
I turned my speaker down, so I thought,
Oh, that's probably what it was. Okay, so yeah, I was talking on
I'm
Greg's.
not great at technological stuff. But
I
then go
was
ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I was talking on Greg's last night about some stuff that I had been through. Um, I had actually got a message from. I'll explain how that happened, but I had actually got a message from Tom DeLong's team wanting to interview me.
No shit.
No shit, and I have the. Hold on, if I can find it. Uh, where do I go in? I'm trying to find the Twitter. Da, da, da. Let me. I should still be in the broadcast if I go out. Okay. Yes. It says they wanted to know if I would be their first guest. Start. Would you like to be our first guest starting Skype meeting on Facebook Live on Tom's to the Stars Academy group? I'll send you a screenshot of this. I got this in January 13th of 2018. Okay.
That's awesome.
But what's wild about this is that, I was going through a lot of like spiritual experiences, right? And
Right.
I was starting to talk about it. And anytime I would talk about certain things, my electricity in my phone would get shut off. Well, this is interesting because Tom DeLong, no doubt he has connections, okay? That's legit. However, I was following the money trail and he has all these open accounts, these open businesses, and he's been fraudulently funneling into his personal, it goes directly to his family.
Right. Right.
It's not I don't know if I know you're starting to talk about something like that, but yeah, he's been fraudulently, no, it's not just going into these movies he's wanting to create, right? Which he's been
Right.
talking about forever, right? And he doesn't always deliver. And how much money does it actually take? I mean, when you just have knowledge, you could give it to the people for free. But he's been making like millions of dollars um by donations, and he's been getting people on Twitter to donate to him. So everything's public information, and I
Right.
I had the website and everything. I looked up his business accounts, and I found out that yeah, he's screwing people over. Okay.
I believe it.
So this,
The thing with it is, at least from my perspective, because you know how I am. I watch, various programs, and you get red flags on some things, right?
yeah, well,
The very first, I mean, I love watching Unidentified. I
right.
do. I'm not gonna. It's one of my guilty pleasures. And but what gets me is how El Alonzo can be doing this, and like, I don't know. It's a conspiracy in my own mind, because I'm like, he still has Clarence.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So
Yes.
it's like, why, if they were supposedly defying the government and leaving the Pentagon and stuff, why the hell would he still have Clarence?
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? So when I watch it, I take it with a grain of salt, because it's like, you're still giving us information that the government wants us to hear.
Mhm. Well, you know what's interesting, okay? I was calling him out on Twitter, right?
Right.
And there was only one other guy that I knew of who was doing the same thing. And so this is what happened. Like when I was doing that, all of a sudden, right after I sent, like a few minutes after I sent that message, my cell phone got shut off and my power got shut off
That's messed up.
at the exact same time. So that's why I'm telling you, there is no doubt that he has connections, right?
Right,
But
right.
it was like he knew. I know some people would think this is nuts, but whenever my phone was actually tapped, okay?
I
I
believe
even would
it.
call my best friend and I would talk to her on the phone. And if I said a certain word, all of a sudden it sounds like, back in the day when you were on like a three-way call, right? And it sounds
Yep.
like, yeah. Well, my best friend, she didn't know what to think, okay? She's very religious. She's married to a minister, so she didn't know what to think about my experiences, but it
Right.
scared the heck out of her when this actually happened on the phone. I'm already telling her that I'm going through this stuff, right? And this was last year. And ever since then, she will not talk to me on the phone about it, period,
Oh, wow.
because it scares her so much.
Right, right.
But
Well,
I'm sending you that message that I got. I
okay.
sent it to you on Facebook so you
Okay.
can see. But that's wild, right? Like I didn't do it because I didn't, obviously they're going to be like, how did you find out this information, and why do you think he's been funneling money in fraudulently?
Right,
But at the same time, they knew that I have experiences and I'm going through a lot of stuff, right? So
right.
isn't that freaking wild?
That is very wild, and it makes me think, like, okay, so, I mean, obviously, like you said, they're gonna wanna know how you figured all that out. And then
Yeah.
secondly, I mean, because obviously you must have touched on something that, scared them, because to show you who they are, and that they
Yeah.
can do, shut off your phone, shut off your lights. No doubt. No doubt. I mean, I sometimes expect, like, if they knew how much shit was in my head about what's going on with this whole situation, no
Yep.
doubt that, there'd be somebody, you know
Yes.
what I mean?
Yep.
And I know that they have the power to do that. I know, I've seen it firsthand. I've seen it. I can see what hackers do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I know what the government can do. Or if
Yep.
you're somebody that's has those connections,
Yep.
definitely. And that's what makes it like, I'm not scared of that shit. I really am.
Right.
I'm totally. It's like when I was younger and first getting into stuff like this, I was scared of everything. Now it's like, you're gonna do what you're gonna do. but I'm going to make it known what I know. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's like, go ahead, Men in Black, show up at my door. You know?
Right? But it was crazy. Like, okay, after that, I was getting weird stuff coming through my phone, like recorded, like they were letting me know that they were recording me. I got so paranoid that I would tape my phone up, my camera up. Um, I would try to use a separate device that wasn't linked to my accounts and stuff.
Right.
Um, it was bad because they were tapping my phone, and another thing too, like I was talking to Greg, we were talking about aliens and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
ETs and sighting UFOs, and I talked to him how I went through that experience, right? And I kind of
Right.
touched on that with you as well.
Right.
And when we saw the UFO come out of the
Yeah.
lake to check out that contrail, um, and it split
Yeah.
into two, and I caught that on video, and that was just some of the things. And I was telling Greg, there was one time that I was taken from my body by these three women, um, and they were I was taken up to the star system Sirius. And as soon as I got up there, I don't know if I told you about this, but as soon as I got up there, I it looked like a ship inside the clouds, okay?
Yeah,
And
you did tell me about this, but
yeah,
for people that haven't known or don't know what I'm talking about or you talking about, go
yeah,
for it. You can say it
yeah,
again.
yeah. And so on guarding the outside of that ship was what everybody refers to as the Greys.
Right.
And as soon as it wasn't one of those typical. I mean, it would be interesting if I was ever to be like, hypnotized and they figure out what happened to me. But anyways, I don't as soon as they saw me, I was zapped in, and then it was like I was in this desert land that and we I was the only one my age, and all of there was younger kids, there was kids and old people, but I was the only one my age. And then
Wow.
after that, I would receive like marks on my body. Um I do have this little thing on my right hand on my wrist. It's a bump that I had an experience when I was a little girl where I thought it was a cactus, right? I was sitting on my porch, and I thought that I got my hit my hand on a cactus, and I dug and dug and dug, and I can't get this. I don't know where it is. Like it's a
Right.
raised bump, so it makes you think, okay, have I been experiencing this all this time?
It's funny you just said that, not
God.
to interrupt you, but I just got a bump on my palm of my hand, and I don't know if you can see it. You probably can't. Yeah, it's right there. Right there.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I don't
I
want to
don't
show
know where
myself
the
on
hell it came
camera,
from.
but
It's
hold
my
on, let
left
me see.
hand. Say that again. I'm sorry.
I'm like trying to see if I can show uh where's my camera? Hold on, I hit video, but hold on. It's not doing it. That's weird.
That is weird. I don't have you. Let me make sure that my settings. No, don't.
What the heck?
See? See?
What the heck? Oh my gosh.
Dun
I'll just
dun.
have to take a picture. It won't let me show you.
That is so funny.
Okay, what are the odds? We're talking about
Right?
creepy
Right?
stuff and the
Here we
freaking
go.
camera's
Stepping into
not
the
working.
twilight zone, right?
What the heck? Oh my
Wow.
god.
Yeah, like the symbol thing went away and it just showed a black screen. It
It
wouldn't.
won't. Yeah, I'm going to try it again. But it won't.
All right.
No, it's not doing anything. Cuz you see I'm trying to access my camera, right?
Right.
The heck? I don't have
Yeah, you can
anything
definitely
covering
tell
me.
you're trying to get it going. Hey, Stephen, how you doing?
What the heck? Oh my
That is
gosh.
funny.
That is
Telling you,
really.
validation. Oh my God, did I lose you? Are you still there? Oh hell, now I can't hear you. Can you guys hear her? Oh, there she goes. And there she goes. Did we lose her? Wow, this is crazy. See, Zach is our witness. Oh hell. Okay, there she is. She's in the green room. Are you there? Oh yeah, I see it. Yeah. Yep, I see it. I wow, it does look like mine. Only yours is bigger. I can't hear you though. That's wild. That is wild. Yeah, see stuff like that. It when it comes to, I mean, I know what the government can pull. I have a cousin that's in Homeland Security. I know, you know, great. I'll probably get in trouble for that, but oh well. Um, but I mean, they can get to you. I'm just not scared of it. You know, they're gonna do what they whatever because nobody's. You know, who am I? You're coming after me. It's like you guys are wasting your time. I can't hear you. What is going on? See, they don't want diary talking. Yeah, exactly, Zach. I can't hear you, diary. See, I know damn well that what can be done just by hackers. I've had a couple hacker friends, and it got proven to me what hackers can do. So I know what the government can do. Do you know what I mean? That was years ago. I don't know those hackers anymore, though. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Now they're messing with diary. See, poor diary. Hopefully she can get back in. So what's going on, Stephen? How you doing? But yeah, this whole thing, that's why I'm watching this, the whole thing with Chad Kalick so closely, you know what I mean? Because I want to see, you know, what plays out with this, and I want to see if this is going on, what's true and what's not. And like I woke up from, like, I don't watch news anymore.
Okay, can you hear
There we
me?
go. I hear you.
I switched
Yes.
devices. Now, what are the odds of
Okay.
that? Okay. I was on my
I'm
phone.
telling you,
I told you this happens to me. No joke.
I believe it. I
That's not a
believe it.
coincidence, right?
No, that's not. To me, that's not. That's validation
Uh-uh.
right there.
That is
You
validation.
know,
Whoa. And you guys witnessed this in the chat?
exactly.
What the heck?
Firsthand. Firsthand. That was crazy. And all you wanted to do was show me your bump. You know?
Exactly. But also we're talking about, Tom DeLong, and I
Yeah.
already told you that he's had my power and my cell phone shut off. And those are
Right.
some
Right.
that takes away your internet. I couldn't even call out to my husband and say something's going on here.
Right.
It had happened several times, you
But
know,
yeah,
and it wasn't. When
with
your
that
cell
bump, I
phone,
have no clue where that came from.
yeah. I'd also wake up and with it right in my jugular vein, I would get this big bump, like
Oh,
somebody was sticking something in there.
oh,
It was weird. And I
damn.
also remember how I said that I don't know if I ever told you that I would wake up with what the doctors thought were brown recluse bites, okay? And it
Okay.
went all the way down to the muscle tissue. But I could take a picture. I have 3 separate scars, okay? I never saw a spider. It happened when I was sleeping and I woke up with these marks on my body.
Wow. Wow. That's crazy.
Yep. They look
That's
almost
crazy.
like they're scars and they look like burns. Like I was burned.
Damn.
So yes.
Wow. Yeah. See, shit like that. That's why, like I said, with this whole Chad Kalick thing, this is, I don't know if I explained what the whole, um, what me and my husband came up with, Eddie, um, with the whole, because, we're big into the Mandela effect and stuff like that,
Yeah.
right? So,
Mhm.
what we think's going to happen is this whole, war in the Middle East thing and the fake of alien invasion that's
Mhm.
coming with it. It's supposed to happen on, according to this David Skyfall, it's supposed to happen on the eve of this war. Now, we think what's going to happen is basically these two people that are going to be arguing, obviously, and going to war in the Middle East, like, he can explain it so much better, but it's going to be like all one country at one point, and we're not going to remember it being two,
Mhm.
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And he goes, he really truly honestly thinks that's what's going to happen. I don't know. I'm watching, I'm just making notes in my head,
Yes.
you know,
It's so wild.
just like, because I watched this one. I don't know if any of you guys ever watched this. I love him to death. It's called Scarab Nation.
Mhm.
He
I
does,
haven't seen
man,
it.
yeah, he does Mandela on Mondays, and
Mhm.
he got blown away by the same one I got blown away by. And that the newest one is like, remember how, do you guys remember seeing, like, when we were little and in school, we saw that our universe was on the outer bands of the Milky Way?
Yeah.
We're not. We're like
Mm.
3 rows in now. If you search, where are we in the Milky Way?
Yeah.
I,
I I have
I
heard
saw that the
okay.
other night. I'm like, what?
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
It's wild.
I'm just like, that blew me away the other night. And I was just like, wait a minute, what? No.
Yeah, and we're you're not the only one who's mentioned that. Just from, these what we're doing conspiracy type thing on Ghost Mafia's channel. You talk about it last night. We were talking on Greg's channel about this kind of stuff. You know, I don't know.
I
And
love conspiracies and that. I like if there's a new conspiracy theory thing channel, whatever, I'm always watching them. I mean,
yeah.
and I'm taking my own notes. Do you know what I mean? Like taking my own what I think. Like, because there's some that are like kind of out there, but then you delve
Mhm.
into it and it's like, oh, wait a minute, I can see how that can happen.
Mhm.
You know,
Yep.
that's like with the whole like with Bermuda Triangle and stuff like that. We have an Alaskan Triangle out here.
Yeah.
I'm just off the grid of it. I'm in it, but just like at the outer edge. Um, just like we have pyramids. I don't know if you guys have heard about the Black Pyramid that's up here. It's an underground pyramid
Yeah.
that nobody will allow, like Linda Howe and that, to go down there and investigate it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. There's especially like even further up north, there's a lot of stuff that they're hiding.
Well, yeah, like if you have you ever watched the movie Gnome?
No. Is that recent? Or
It's basically about alien abduction of the fourth kind.
okay, I'm gonna have to put that on my list to watch.
Yeah, it's called Nome. I don't know if it's Nome or Nome, Alaska,
Okay.
but it's wild. It's very wild. I don't know what to make of it. I'm kind of scared. It's so funny because I can watch all the gory horror movies in the world, but when it comes to like from something, yeah, it is, Stephen. It's like an Inca temple. It's down underground below our surfaces, and the government won't let anybody down there to check it out. Um, and it's very hard to find on the internet because I've tried to research it. But if you like, maybe Google Linda Molson Howe temple or pyramid in Alaska, she's written about it and talked about it and stuff like that. But yeah, so Nome, Alaska, it's or what I was saying was I can watch all the gory horror movies in the world. They don't scare me. I mean, unless it's a jump scare, of course, that scares everybody. But um, but when it comes to like, I don't know if something happened to me when I was younger about aliens because like I get freaked out. I'm not scared of aliens per se. I just don't like alien movies. I don't know if it's like something inside of me that I know they're portrayed wrong in a way or what. But, I go like anytime anybody does any investigation that has to do with aliens, I'm like not freaked out, but just it gets me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah. Like I guess it's a different set of chills than I would get from like ghost hunting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know what that's all about. Like all my bad memories when I was younger, if I would had scary dreams, they were about aliens. But yet I look back at them now and I analyze them. I never got hurt in those dreams. Me or my family ever got hurt in those dreams. Other people may have, but I never did.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
It's weird. It's weird.
I mean, it's totally weird.
And yeah,
Mm-mm-mm.
I just hate that. I wish the government would. I don't know. I have so many. There's things like people don't realize that, like Stephen King or not Stephen King, George Lucas and everything sat in on meetings. Like there's so much crap in the government on things coming out in movies and stuff that we're so much programmed, and it's just amazing. Like with who did Star Trek? Gene Roddenberry. He used to sit in on government meetings about what aliens and stuff like that, talking about that crap, and it's like, are you kidding? You look back at that and you're just like, holy crap! Like, are they programming us to be friendly with aliens, or are they programming us against aliens? That's my biggest thing. I'm trying to figure that out. You know, I think about that crap all the time.
Yep. I sent you just a couple of those scars that I have on my body.
Oh yeah, I see it. That's crazy.
Isn't that, yeah, it's
And they
nuts.
thought those were the brown recluse spider
Yeah.
bites?
Well, they just assumed, they
Right.
didn't know what it was. They were like, well, it's probably a spider bite. But I've That's just two of them, okay? How can that happen over and over and over again?
Right. Yeah.
I
Exactly.
would wake up and with a fire feeling. And like I said before, on that one time, whenever I was lit up like a lantern, I actually had radiation burns that
Wow. Yeah.
I'll have to find that photo and send it to you because I took a picture um right after it happened, and you can see it looks like I have like second degree burns.
Wow. Yeah. See, when it comes to stuff like that, there's something going on. I mean, that's not just going to show up on your body,
Right.
you know?
And especially when you have like there's nothing there that could have done that to you, you know? It's just so
Right.
strange. But
Yeah.
it is interesting. Everybody who has ET experiences, I know, Zach. Everybody who has ET experiences, it's always like their mind is tricked to think, like, for example, the spot on my hand. If you were to, hopefully, we'll be able to meet one day and you'll be able to feel it. It feels like something's in there, right?
Right.
But
You
it's
should go to
like,
that guy, that one guy that scans people.
yeah,
Have you ever heard of him?
yeah, I have heard of them and I've thought about it, you know, I've thought about it
Right.
and
I
like,
would.
yeah, but everybody who's had experiences, it's like they're, I don't know, hypnotized to think it was something else or something, or they just
Right.
can't explain it at all. And then if
I think
somebody,
a lot of it, in my theory anyway, I think because we don't have the capacity to think past a certain point.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Just like our sight, we can't see past a person or a certain point. I think a lot of that has to do with it. I think that's why a lot of people that have opened up or whatnot, or at least have somewhat of an open mind, can
hmm,
analyze bigger things, if that makes
yep,
sense.
yep, it does. So interesting. I think it's
It,
but back to Tom DeLonge real quick. I think it's
yeah,
so interesting that you ended up thinking about
I
that to talk about
know.
it. I
I
was
know.
and last night it was like the same thing. It was like we were, I don't know. We were bringing up stuff that we had just brought up the other day with somebody else. It's like
Right.
we're all on the same page. And I talk
Exactly.
about like finding your like-minded tribe. It's like we're all reading each other's minds.
Exactly. Oh my God. That's like, because I stepped in, because of course I lurk in a lot of places and I just listen or I
Yeah.
throw it on to do housework or whatnot. And,
Mhm.
I was in Ghost Mafia's chat the other day,
Yeah.
and it was like listening to that stuff. It's like, I know. Yeah.
Yes.
It's like
Yes.
yelling at the screen. I'm with you, bro.
You know
I
what?
totally, Lou. I know.
He has, if you message Ghost Mafia and let
Hmm.
him know that you would like to be a guest. I mean, you would make a perfect guest for the he changed the name of Conspiracy Night, but yeah,
Yeah.
you would
Yeah. I
make a
saw
really
that.
good guest. Like I've thought about going up there too, but I have so much stuff in my head. I'd have to sit down and think about one topic I want to
That's
discuss.
the problem I have.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
look, a rabbit with conspiracy theories and aliens and
Right?
everything.
It could go on for hours.
Exactly. Exactly. I
Yeah.
totally, I totally, that's why it's like I want to get all this information out, but it's like I sit there and I'm like, I get started and I'm like, I get so like everything wants to come out at once. And it's like, no, you guys hold back.
That is so funny because Nelisha said the same thing yesterday, except she used the metaphor of, oh, look, a shiny squirrel.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
that's how it is in my brain all the time. That's why I have to watch cartoons at night to go to bed.
Oh, yeah. I have to listen to, oh, I go through different stages. Sometimes I'll just listen to some spirituality stuff to go to sleep, or maybe I'll listen to some creepy pastas
Yes. Of
Nothing
course.
was
Of
working
course.
for me this last night. I'm gonna have to take a good nap.
Right. Yeah, really.
But anyways,
Oh, I'm right
so
there with Zach. I'm surprised you're still up. Whew.
I know he's kind of seen me bouncing around. I got so goofy last night, though. You talk about being silly. Um, oh my gosh, I made this account. I never have a second YouTube channel, so I made this account called Buttered Balls, and it says I even did the logo, and it says "Butter My Balls." And the reason why it's an inside joke, we were on Dream Walking Angels. Oh my gosh, I was on our panel for over 5 hours the day
Oh,
before yesterday.
I saw that she went like for 6 hours. Yeah, for the
Yeah,
insomnia
I
crafting.
that's the same thing with Nelisha. I can get on there and I'll be like, I'm gonna only be here for 15 minutes, and then 5 hours later. Um, but yeah. Anyways, Greg got up there, Irish whiskey, and he was saying something. I forget what he said per se, but something about he doesn't let people backstabbers bother him or something like that. Anyways, he whispered it into the mic, and every single one of us, including everybody in the chat, heard, "I want you to butter my balls backwards." No
Oh my
joke.
God.
I told Alicia, I was like, I don't know if I want to say what I heard. And she's like, no,
Oh
I
my
know what I
God.
heard. She's like, go ahead and say it. So then we got Greg to whisper again, and it sounded like the same exact thing. Tony Rockfan was in the chat, and he's like, yeah, that's exactly what I heard. We're
Okay.
all laughing. We're all deliriously tired, and
Oh
we're
my
all
God.
laughing so hard to tears. So I was like, okay, you know how we have the paranormal improv and the game night on Kelsey's channel?
Right.
Well, that's one thing we're going to be doing is doing a whisper challenge.
No
Thanks to
shit.
Greg. So then he did a
That's
live
awesome.
yesterday morning, and he's telling everybody about this. And so it was funny because gosh, a couple other people were just poking fun at him. I didn't even realize that they made separate channels as well. I went ahead and I went all out with this. And I got 12
You were ready to
subscribers.
go.
I
That's
was
so
like
funny.
I was like, new comedy channel? And then
Right?
I even decided this. I was like, okay, guys, I gotta go to bed. This is enough. And I went on to Green Bay Wackies as buttered balls, and he's like, buttered balls.
Oh, I can
That's just
imagine he must have had a field day with that.
yeah, that's just my sense of humor though.
Right, right. That's how I am. Yeah, I get goofy and like people. You guys usually okay, Steven. Um, it's so funny because it really tells me how much that I love you guys and what you guys mean to me because what you see with me is what you get. Like I'm like this in
Exactly.
real life, you know what I mean? That's why I don't do my makeup. That's why I don't, you know what I mean? I mean, once in a while I might do my makeup, but because I
Yeah.
want to be clear cut raw, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
and for some reason with you guys, with all of you guys, with you, you know, like with Zach, with Diary, you are Diary, Kelsey, and everybody, I can feel like to be myself. And
Yes.
that's never happened for me before. Like I'm
No.
usually the silent, like just sit in the wings kind of gal, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And for some reason, being on here has totally changed my persona. Not changed me, but just I feel more confident of coming out here and being who I am because I'm a goofy, messed up, screwed up person.
That's how I am. I'm a major goofball. Boomer was
You know,
lurking. He was lurking in Green Bay's chat, and he text messaged me, and he's like, "Buttered balls, really?" And
that's
if people get
hilarious.
to know me around the community, I've never created an account, but I am gonna put some comedy on there. I wasn't gonna
Hell
create
yeah.
that account for nothing.
Right?
I did a
Hell
profile
yeah.
pic and a banner and everything. Oh my gosh, but it's just all fun. You have to laugh
Oh,
It's good
definitely.
medicine.
Exactly. It's awesome medicine, and I love seeing people laugh. You guys should also do that whole thing like what Jimmy Fallon does. With that, I was sitting there while you were talking about it, thinking of how the hell you could do it to let the like people know in chat what the word is without the other person saying, or where he puts the headphones on and they got to guess what they're mouthing.
Oh, that's you see you're picking up psychically because Kelsey talked about doing that as well.
Really?
What the heck? You're just pulling. Yes, we talked about doing that as a part, like a doing that the same night on game night and doing one
Right?
part that and doing the other part because we were in an after call with Nelisha and Boomer and me and Kelsey turned off her volume and she was singing a song and we were you know like
Right.
saying funny stuff that we knew she wasn't saying but she was trying to
Right.
get us to
Yeah.
guess it. Yeah, that's so yeah, so
That's so
funny.
funny.
That's
That
your
is
psychic
so
sense picking
funny.
that up. Yeah, we already talked about it.
Well, that was the thing with the whole Greg and Whisper and everything. That's what popped into my head.
Yes. Goodness gracious. So, I told Kelsey, what was it? Like I told her for a few weeks. I was like, you have to meet Misty because she's a lot like us.
Right.
So that's why I wanted you on my birthday panel too.
I know. I
But
felt so
yeah,
honored.
yeah. But
I really did.
yeah, we have a lot of
You
fun.
know, it was a lot of fun. It was. It
Yeah.
sucks that my phone died. See, if I'd had my camera, I would have been all right. Oh,
It's
actually, I don't think
alright.
so. I don't
It's
know.
alright. It's good to have some comedy to some serious topics.
Exactly.
It is
Exactly.
good.
You have to. You have to kind of, you know, exactly, Zach. It's the power of healing, definitely, laughter.
You know, um, I practice laughter meditation. Some people would be like, "What is laughter meditation?" I watch this lady. She's a laughter coach. You would probably never hear of that. But what
No,
you
can't say that
do
I have.
is, right? You sit down. You don't have to be in a meditative pose or anything, but you can. And then what you do is you breathe in through your nose, and on the exhale, you laugh as hard as you can.
Oh, wow.
And what happens when you laugh, it releases the positive, the endorphins, and it balances you out. It helps with depression and everything like that. So yeah, laughter is the best medicine. Um,
I've been
and
lucky
it,
with my depression and everything where I haven't, you know, a lot of it has to do that. And it was so funny because it's so funny we're talking about this because me and one of the guests here, um, me, Eddie, and him have gotten really close and everything. So much that I
mhm.
might be moving to Hawaii. But anyway,
Ooh,
yeah, wouldn't that be one extreme to the next?
that would be
Um,
awesome.
but yeah, because they're talking about a restaurant business and stuff like that. So who the hell knows? But
That would be sweet.
uh, we were talking because me and him are like a lot alike. What the way we think. Of course, we're both Libras too, so maybe that has something to do with it. But like
Yeah.
for years and years and years, I was told you're hiding your emotions. You're hiding your emotions. There's about 10,000 things that bother you a day, and you don't even realize it because you've gotten so good at it and stuff. So, that made me think, like, what the hell's wrong with me? Why can't I feel these feelings? I mean, yeah, I'm depressed. I feel sadness. I feel angry and all that, but I use music. A lot of, like if I'm feeling like angry, I'll put on some corn. If I want to
Yeah.
cry, I'll put on some like uh, Matchbox 20, or if I'm feeling or cry even more, I put on Pink,
Yeah.
shit like that. But as I gotten older, and maybe it's because I've hit 45, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, screw that. This is who I am. I'm always a happy go lucky. I'm not the annoying happy go lucky. At least I hope I'm not. But,
Oh.
but I'm always been a happy go lucky person. I wear masks, but it's not like a mask to cover up. Like people know when I'm mad. People know when I'm upset. I might not talk to those people, but you know what I mean? I don't hide it that much unless I'm working, obviously. But it's like I got to the point to where I was like, no, I'm not telling anybody cannot tell me who I am. I am me and this is me. And if I want to be happy, I can be happy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you talk about that, and one of the reasons why I was so depressed is because I can't talk to my family, like my mom and my sister and my brother, about what I'm doing, like as far as
Right.
the spiritual community, how I'm like. Anyway, I tried to talk to my mom about it yesterday, and she's like, Christine, you can't do that. Shut it down. People will think you're crazy. She's like, I've always told you to keep your psychic abilities to yourself. And I'm like, no, mom.
Right.
I'm at a point to where, and she's like, well, she comes from a different time period, right? And I was
Right.
like,
Yeah.
mom, it's a different time now. There's a huge spiritual movement.
Yep.
And
Huge.
yeah, and I was like, I can't deny my abilities.
Right.
Especially when I was spoken. I have this on an EVP as well. When I started hearing his voice speak, Yeshua, and he said it's time to flock with the like-minded tribe. And right after that, I started meeting all of you guys and everything, and my YouTube channel was growing and all this stuff. I'm like, I'm no longer not gonna be who I am,
Right.
you know?
Yes. Yep.
Because my mom, she's very gifted, but she suppressed her abilities because of fear.
Right. Right.
So
And see,
yeah,
that's the
it's
thing too. Like with my family, I'm the same way. I mean, my mom and dad had me at a very older age. My mom was 48 and my dad was 59. So all my brothers and sisters already had their families.
mhm.
So I grew up like with my cousins as my brothers and sisters, kind of weird. Um, but like I mean, they all knew that I was goofy and different. I wouldn't say
Mhm.
goofy as in, but like they knew I liked my Ouija boards. They knew I liked my
Yeah.
pendulums. You know what I mean?
You
And
say
stuff like
that. Oh my
that.
goodness. Mhm.
And but even I'm still at the point to where like my broadcast would go to my Facebook. And
Mhm.
I would love to do that because I have a lot of people on my Facebook that are paranormal, that are, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And but yet my family's on there. So it's like I'm still torn to do that, or I'm still scared my ex-husband will come on and screw with me or something. So I'm
Yeah.
still a little iffy about that, but in time, I'm getting there to where I'm like, screw it, I don't care. I mean, I'm there now, but not there, if that
Yeah,
makes
I don't
sense.
share I don't share my personal stuff on my personal I don't share my public stuff on my personal Facebook page. It's so funny.
See,
But
but I think I'm getting to that age
yeah.
where I don't give a shit anymore what people think. You know what I mean? I've done that my whole life of being not speaking my mind or anything like that, my whole
Mhm.
life. But I'm at that point where I'm close to death. Let's go ahead and I don't give a shit. I'm gonna be me.
Right? Oh man, like my sister-in-law's been asking me for the links to my page and I won't give it to her. And I said, I
Right,
don't want to offend you. But part of the reason is because um I feel the negativity.
right.
And I believe like, okay, I want to remain focused. I am doing this. Like over a year ago, I made a list of I am creating a YouTube channel. Everything everything I've done on that list, I have accomplished.
That's
So
awesome.
that's called manifesting.
Right,
And that was because I stayed focused on the positivity and I didn't say that, oh, I might do this, I might do that. I said I am. And
right.
so and
Yep.
I put it in my mind as though it was already into fruition, right?
That's fake it
So
until you make it. That's exactly the
yeah,
motto I go through.
yeah. So I kind of wanted, I was like, oh, you guys just don't believe in this stuff. Even when my mom, like a year ago, was telling him, my brother, um, things that I was going through psychically, my brother sat me down and talked to me, and he's like, are you sure, you're not mentally ill in any way, or
Yep.
the abuse that you endured? Are you sure? And I was like, Shane, how do you explain that you have these visions, or when you're even wide awake, and the person on the other end of the table is like, holy crap, how did you know all this? And you're 100% accurate.
Yep.
How can you explain that?
How can you, yeah, I
And
mean, of
then,
course, when we first start out, we all doubt ourselves, like, like, did I
oh,
really, you know
yes.
what I mean? And it's scary. It's very
Yeah.
scary. And but once you push past that, and it's like, okay, because I'm like, my readings and stuff, like, when I do them, I'm in a whole different world.
Mm-hmm.
you know I'm actually like, the messages come to me, boom, 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 and
Yep.
I don't know where the hell that comes from. It's not me, what I mean,
Yep.
per se.
Yep. Well, I
Yeah,
have so
exactly,
many.
Zach. I was the same. Yeah, I mean, people know, my personal
Yeah.
people, on my Facebook, know that Shadows of the Moons is mine and stuff like that. They know. I just don't think like any of my family's really delved in to figure out. And the ones who have, like the ones that come to me and say,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh, can you give me a tarot reading?" And it's like, I'd love to, no problem. But where were you years ago when I was first doing this stuff and I was all of a sudden nobody's friend? You know what I mean?
Exactly. Oh, that's so true. And
Yep.
well, I get messages on my I call it my business Facebook page, and I've been really trying to stay consistent on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook because it helps with your algorithms. But
Right.
anyways, I'll get messages either on Twitter or on Facebook saying, or even on my Instagram, wanting me to do these readings for them. But some people don't realize how immensely some of their, it's not just like readings in general. Some readings are awesome and they're fine. But if you channel someone's and energy, and you're channeling their family members or their loved ones or their elders or their spirit family, it can be immensely draining,
Oh
especially
yeah.
if they have baggage and they carry a bunch of sadness with
Right.
them.
Yes.
Okay, I tell them, look, okay, now I know what your question is. I said, but if I'm called to read you, I will. If I get messages,
Right.
I'll let you know. But I won't read them if their family members don't just pop up here. It was
Right.
like
Yeah.
with Kelsey. I I was called to read her and her mom and her brothers and her dad,
Right.
because I started getting, I was sitting at the edge of the bed one day on our live stream, and I saw this. I felt like I was a man who was flipping a coin in my hands between my fingers. And
Okay.
I started getting instant downloads. And then before I could say, Kelsey, I'm being called to read you, she's like, do you think you could, that's so interesting. Do you think you can give me a reading? Well, I said, okay, well, I'll do it. I'll give it to you the next day. And throughout the next 24 hours, I had a notebook and I was writing all this stuff down. And I was accurate on everything I told her. I mean, what I did was I got on a video call with Kelsey and her mom, and I tripped myself out, okay? When you have these abilities, you're just like, what in the world? How did I even
Yeah.
know that? But it drained me. Oh my goodness, because I didn't realize that I was going to be reading for almost her entire family. No,
Right. Right.
it
Well,
it
that's even, like,
it sent
I
me
think
into
that's,
a flare. Oh,
oh,
I was in an
shit.
autoimmune flare. That's how overpowering it was. And
Right.
because she's been through a lot, I mean, she's talked about it on her live streams where her uncle had committed suicide, and he actually showed up here because that's
Wow.
something, her mom's brother, and that's a lot of pain. You feel that, right?
Right,
Um,
definitely.
but yeah, that's why I tell people, and yes, if you do know people around this community, you're gonna get the feeling of being used. So you have to choose wisely.
Right,
And that's why people end up paying that's why psychics and tarot card readers end up down the road, they end up they do gift readings. However, when they get bigger, they end up charging, and it's not always a bad thing because it's an
right.
even
It's time.
it's an exchange of energy, okay?
Right, exactly. That's
Plus,
why, like, if you go to my website, I haven't gotten it fully up yet, but like,
mhm,
I charge different prices for different readings. And not a lot of people do that, but I do because of the fact that, if I'm going to give you a small, like, 3 card reading or whatnot, and it's
mhm,
$5, you know what I mean? But there
yeah,
are ones that they go up to 50. There's only one that I charge for 50 because it's like a huge reading. And I know
yeah,
damn well that I'm going to pay for that the next day, but I'm willing to do it for, you know what I mean?
yeah, and
I mean, you're not just charging for the time that you're doing the reading, it's the aftermath. Like my
it's all,
Wednesdays,
yeah, the
it's
energy
screwed
of
up, and
it.
I think that's why my Wi-Fi screws up too, is
Mhm,
because like Wednesdays, for some reason, after I do my Tuesday tarot and cards or tarot cards readings and stuff,
mhm,
Wednesdays I'm crashed out all day. Yesterday I was
yeah,
crashed out. I went up to go live, but the Wi-Fi, the weather was shitty too, but the Wi-Fi was messing up, and I couldn't get up online
mhm,
stream wise. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
it was
yep,
like pulling too much or whatnot. But I crashed out and slept most of the day.
yep,
You know,
we did,
and I didn't do that many readings yesterday.
yeah, we did, okay, Kelsey and I, um, we now have a,
Hey,
um,
Patrick. Sorry.
like, spiritual readings with
Yeah,
Kelsey and Diary. We have that on her channel on Thursdays, and I'm gonna create the Kelsey and Christine show once a week, on
very
my
cool.
channel. And the first time we did this, okay, it was last Thursday.
Hmm.
We had a packed house. I counted how many readings I gave out, and it was over 40.
Yeah, that shit,
I
man.
was, I told Kelsey, I was like, oh my gosh, Kelsey, maybe I should just say the first 20. That's it. And then see how I do with that. Cause I was bombed. My energy, I was so tired for 2 days.
Definitely. Hell
Shoot,
yeah.
I was tired after I was done with those readings. And Kelsey and I were trying to do the dowsing rods, and she was doing the pendulum. And I was like, shoot, I don't think I have the energy to do these dowsing rods after all
Yeah,
that.
exactly. I know and I think that's another reason why I don't want to go live on my Facebook at this time. Just because,
Right?
oh, you
But
know,
yeah, um, a person put this as another psychic put the whole money thing. I do believe there's some fraudulent psychics out there that charge
oh,
way too much
definitely.
money, but I another psychic put this properly, and she said that when someone has to pay for something, they're in a different mindset and they're more appreciative, okay? So they're already in a positive vibe. So rather than they're
Yeah,
just getting it for free, right? And
right,
that they don't have a feeling, but when it's like when you have it's kind of like earning your money, right? You're paying
right,
for something, and you're in a positive light because you're going to be receiving this. So
right.
that was where that goes.
I
So
like that.
yeah. And also too, I mean, when heck, if you think about going to church, people who believe in giving 10 to 20% of their paycheck to the church, you're giving a monetary energy exchange to the church.
Right,
Same thing with the psychic. So
exactly.
yeah, but definitely, I've seen. a few psychics in my time. I've seen a shaman, and I've actually walked into one place where I knew the psychic was fake. So yeah,
Right.
anybody, you just have to,
Yeah, I've
try to
known a
feel it
couple
out.
people. One of my he's not a friend anymore, unfortunately, but he well, I shouldn't say unfortunately, but he you could tell he was a scammer. I saw him read once and it was like, oh
Uh-huh.
boy. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, Patrick, but I know who you're talking about, and yeah, that was a messed up situation.
What has happened?
Um, you're welcome.
He helped a woman on Monday.
Do you know Sherry
Yeah.
PWI?
Pair babes. Yeah.
Yeah, no, not Parababes.
Oh no.
Um,
Oh.
Paranormal World Investigations, I think. I'm
Oh.
not sure. I can't remember, but it's Sherry that she's with like Abraxas and I'm trying to think who else is regulars that go. Vegas girl is one of them that goes in there
Okay.
regularly, and all them. But she's being attacked by somebody. That's why I asked you in the beginning.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Um,
it's a
that's
whole like I saw
you did a
this
reading for
person's
him.
video that is stalking her, and it's just he's weird. It's yeah.
Well, another person who's being stalked is Foxy Escapes, Michelle.
I saw her stream too. Like I said, I was
Oh my
lurking. I felt like
gosh.
a stalker. I'm like, I gotta stop lurking in these places. But
But I've been dealing with this stuff for a while now, and they've brought it out into the community. And yeah, you did a reading for him the other day.
yeah, yeah.
So,
I figured I know who you're talking because, like I said, I watch and pick up on things. And I thought, you know what's funny is like I thought from the beginning,
yeah.
like from when
And
I
it
first
was,
started really talking to you guys and that.
yeah, it's gotten out of control. I'll just discuss that with you offline sometime. But
Yeah.
yep, yep, and I'm sure he's lurking. Hello, liar.
But
But
yeah, I
anyways,
definitely, it was so, I mean, it's not funny, but it was just like when you said that today. But I just wanted to make sure it wasn't the same person that was going after Sherry, and it's definitely not. But yeah,
I
I
wonder
don't know
who's
what the hell's going on with the world right now.
I want right? So we had the total solar eclipse. It it made a straight path over South America, and we had the lunar eclipse, which we didn't get a direct point, but we still
Right.
have the flow of energies. And then Mercury, I can't even, sorry, I'm stuffy.
That's okay.
Mercury is in retrograde. Didn't it
Yep.
just go? Yeah. So
And
that's
it's till
that.
August 31st. Yeah.
Holy crap. So we're dealing with all kinds of energy shifts. Yeah, it's wild. People who are not spiritually in tune or they're close to it are going to experience more depression and they don't know what's
Right.
going on with them.
And it's
You're going to
funny
get
because
people
with
acting
this
more crazy.
Mercury retrograde, what's really weird is
Uh-huh.
is that usually with Mercury retrograde, and I don't know why this is with me, but I don't get the hits. Do you know what I mean? Like people
Yeah.
do. I've never gotten the hits, but this one, the beginning of it, I haven't, knock on wood, it's been okay so far, but the beginning of it, I got like, boom, like my world was turned around. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I've been I don't know. I've been taking it okay. I've been trying to help other people through it, but just the last 24 hours for me emotionally. Well, it's kind of been starting since I've been getting it. It's been getting a little bit more at me since like the 14th. Uh, we had we had that lunar eclipse on the 16th. So, but that's
Right,
because of somebody who's being affected by this because of that person who's obsessed with me. And it
right.
takes I know that's what they want, right? They want it to take
Right.
toll on you. So I'm trying not to let it affect me and be strong about it.
Right.
Uh,
But it wears
and
on
then
you.
yeah, and then like my sister, and she's stuck in an abusive relationship. So he's acting more crazy, and she just had this baby who's having problems. I thought everything was okay. I mean, she's like healthy baby and stuff, and I get to the well, she's told me there was something about the oxygen numbers, but they said it should be fine. So she didn't go into detail until I got there, and I
Right.
see my niece, and she's breathing like, you
Like
know,
really, yeah.
it was not right. And she's my niece is sneezing. Shoot, I have allergies right now. But for a newborn baby,
Right, yeah.
she was real gassy. They have to supplement, and
Oh,
it's tough. But I'll tell you what, as soon as I held my niece, she was so calm.
the
She
energy.
wasn't,
That's
yeah.
yeah.
And I got a video of my daughter. She fell asleep on in my daughter's arms, and my daughter's like 8.
Oh,
Yes, and
oh, they're gonna be close cousins.
yes. And
Oh,
my daughter was like, she fell in love. She's like, I didn't know baby skin was so soft.
oh, oh, that's
Because
so
she's an only
cute.
child, and she was too young to remember her younger cousins being born, but now she's old enough to take it in.
Right, right, yeah.
So yeah, it's
Zach, what do
it,
you talk? What did what start? The retrograde? Is that what you're talking about? I'm not sure exactly what he means.
let's see. Sometimes.
Or are you asking Patrick? I'm sorry.
Oh, what did the retro? Oh yeah, I'm confused. You'll have to go in detail, Zach. And Patrick, I totally get it. You doubt your abilities, but dude, you have abilities. He was he saw a woman sit to the right of my side on a live stream and described her to a T. I've never told anybody about my great grandmother and what she looked like.
And boom.
Yeah, it was amazing. I was like,
That's
and
awesome.
he's always picking up stuff about people. And I'm like, yeah, you don't doubt your abilities. Keep developing them, Patrick. We're all
Definitely.
we're
And now
all
that you
here.
know about it, that's going to help too.
Yeah, we're all connected. Like people in chat, even the people who turn out to be haters or cyber stalkers, we're all here for a reason. We're all complimenting each other on our gifts. We're all learning. Even the best still have to have stuff to learn. And we're learning stuff
Definitely.
from each other.
Yep. I love learning. Like I love
Oh,
listening to Danny.
oh, oh yeah, me too. I'm always learning. I'm constantly my brain. I don't take a moment of silence, I don't think. Well, except to meditate, but I'm always learning.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I'm always finding. I believe the Mercury retrograde started July 7th. I believe. Yeah.
See.
God. Yeah, see, I'm just starting to go into that's the thing with me, okay? Like when I first started into my like witchy path, I
Uh-huh.
loved tarot cards. But I
Yeah.
was just overwhelmed with them, so they went on the back. Like things will come up for me in waves. Like
Uh-huh.
I never wanted to learn about astrology or any. I mean, I liked it and I understood it, but I didn't want to dive deep into it. Now I'm getting it. It's like now that I'm doing the tarot and that I'm diving deeper into astrology,
Uh-huh.
and it comes to me like that in waves. And there might be a kick where I get off of tarot, and go
Yeah.
back to runes because runes was a big part of my life too for a long time. And then it just switches like that. Like no, like I don't know, like somebody's turning switches in my head. Said, okay, you had enough of that now. You learned so much of that. Let's go to the next thing. Then we'll go back to that. You know,
Yeah.
that squirrel.
Every time I talk, I sound like thunder. On your end, I hear myself talking back, and it sounds like I've got a thunderous voice.
No, I don't think so. I think you got a pretty voice.
Oh,
You're
well, it's an
mine.
echo.
I sound like a guy.
Yeah, well, it's an echo, and it sounds robotic.
Oh
When I'm
wow,
talking, I can hear myself back on the headphones.
it's the government.
Oh, it's thunderous.
Yeah,
Aw,
but yeah. So
you're
I
welcome, Patrick.
yeah, exactly. Once you start getting that confidence, more things will open up and realize what. Once you realize what's going on, I guess is the optimal word.
Yeah. Well, have you gotten on
Good. I'm glad
Ghost
it.
Mafia's channel yet? For
What's that?
have you gone on Ghost Mafia's channel?
I watch Ghost and Lou all the time.
Well, have you done his Every Voice Paranormal stories where he brings up a guest to help promote their YouTube channel? Have you done that with him yet?
I have not.
You know, I'm
He's
gonna if he
he
does
only
it.
picked me because I picked Keanu Reeves.
Well, well, I was gonna say he does it every Thursday, and he and Brian alternate on channels. And
Right.
you know, I think it would be a really good idea to get up there so you can get more people subscribed to you because people are missing. I think people are missing out on your channel because you have a lot
Oh
to
well, I
offer.
thank you.
So I think we need to get you out there, girl, and get some more people up in here because they don't know what they're missing.
Hi, Carrie.
Um, so maybe I don't know if you don't mind. I uh, I can also help get that done for you. I'll be like, Ghost, you need to interview Shadows of the Moon, and I can give you his
Yeah.
Gmail, and you can send him a Gmail or an email
I
and
just don't
say,
like
hey, I'd
bothering
like to.
people. I'm like, if they want to show
Oh
up, they'll
no.
show up. You know, I'm not that type
Well,
of, you know.
Well, that's the whole point of him doing that every Thursday is to help out people in
Right.
our community who do the same stuff. So I don't know. I think it'd be a good idea. That way you can get some more people coming in. You can as soon as you start talking, they'll be hooked and they'll subscribe right away, and they'll make sure they're here every day at what 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
That's right. 10
No
a.m.
joke.
Alaskan time, 2 p.m. Eastern. The only reason I know that is from being New York. I have to know that to where I can call people.
Yeah. Well, you know, Kelsey and I, we've already done the EVP, Every Voice Paranormal Stories with Ghost Mafia.
Right.
We did it together. And yeah, so I think you should do that. So and then after that, or after he has you up, maybe you should talk to him about coming up for the conspiracy night thing.
Yeah, I would love to. I love, man.
I know
Oh my
I'm
God.
putting you on the spot and saying, "Come on, let's do this." But I don't know. You're very gifted, and
I just,
I want to
well,
share you
thank
with the
you.
world.
Thank you.
I
From you.
want more
Seriously, that means a
people here.
lot. It really does. Gonna make me blush.
Oh, well,
Don't
it's
worry, Patrick.
true.
I don't know how to edit videos either. I mean, I imagine if I sat down and really cared about doing it, I would. But I what I record on my camera or my phone is what people get.
Right?
That's
Well,
why people are looking at me like, "What is she talking about?" Yeah,
right?
I used to
Well,
edit on my podcast, but I haven't even done a podcast in so long
that's
because
what
my
I want to
podcast
do
was all about
too.
affirmations and goal setting and stuff like that. And I just haven't since I've done this. I'm like, and it's stupid because all I have to do is pull up my Audacity and record.
Yeah. I want to do that too. I actually saved I'm making a list of all the topics that I want to do, and I want to have people on on the podcast with me to talk about stuff like this.
Right,
And
right.
in addition to doing that thing with Kelsey, I am going to start going live soon. I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm officially going to start next week,
Cool.
even though I'm moving. So anyways, I'm going to be doing something. What do you think about this title? The Night Owls Lounge.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I
And
like
the
that.
Night Owl
Because I
Lounge, I
like,
think
you know
of
what? Because owls are very wisdom oriented anyway.
exactly. And
So,
the I'm gonna make a promo video, and on the picture that I'm gonna do, it's gonna have owls in there. Um, but yeah, anyways, I don't know what time I'm gonna do it, but I do want to
ooh,
have you
you should use, like,
as
if
a
I had, because
guest
I
as well.
cut my deck up, but, because I'm actually starting to, oh, it's right there on the box. I love this, picture. Oh,
Oh yeah, I love that. That looks.
isn't that cute?
I was yeah, I was presented an owl. Um, that's like a story for another time. But when I was questioning things, it was last August, and I wanted to make sure that I was on the right path. And I spent 8 hours filling my entire house up meditatively with white light, calling out things, clearing out any of the negative energy from me and my husband being separated,
Right, yeah,
um, everything like that. And when I got done, I laid down on the bed and I closed my eyes. And all of a sudden, I don't know if you've heard this story, but all of a sudden, I think I've told it only one time on somebody's channel, but all of a sudden, I'm laying down, I've got my eyes closed. And you've seen like the original Alice in Wonderland cartoon.
yeah,
Well, you remember like where she grows bigger and bigger and bigger, and she's standing in the house, and all you can see is her shins down in the room, like because
right,
she grew so big. Well,
right.
that was that what it reminded me of. All of a sudden, I don't know if I saw like my higher self or like a guardian being, but I there was this woman. She was so giant. I have about, I think it's like, I've got raised ceilings. I think it's like um maybe 20-foot ceilings or something. And all I saw was her shins. And she yelled at me and she goes, "What are you doing?" And she leans down and she rips at my chest. And
Wow.
I feel this biggest pain in my heart. And then I saw a man to my right side. His hand reached over and he starts patting my chest like he's fixing me. And then with my eyes closed, I'm looking. I'm not asleep, okay? Because I told you, like, I can see spirits really clearly with my eyes closed.
Right.
All of a sudden, I'm looking at the end of the bed with my eyes closed, and that owl that's on your tarot card deck,
Yeah.
that looks like the same kind of owl that I saw, and it appeared at the end of my bed, and it starts coming towards me, and I start saying, "No, no, 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 no." Now, speaking of owls, I was already hearing owl sounds before that, okay? And you think about
Right.
the two guardians that stand at the gate. Think about like all the way back in oh crumbs, like thinking of Sanskrit, right? That
Okay.
history where they have Enlil and
I'm
you
trying to
know who I'm
think.
talking about? Enlil, and shoot. Well, anyways, it's the fish man and then the bird man. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Now that you said that, now I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
right. Okay. So like this first being I ever met had looks similar to like the Birdman, right?
Wow.
Nothing I ever saw. But anyways, and then it's like I was already presented with this one, and my tree outside, I gave it a hug, and my daughter and I were showered in this diamond glitter dust, and we caught it on video and we caught a picture, and it
Wow.
looks like glitter all over. Anyway, that tree was struck by lightning, and after that, we would see these red eyes in the tree, lots of red eyes, and I would get it on video, and it was weird. We would hear owl sounds, but we would go out there and check with the flashlight and everything. We didn't see anything.
Wow. So
So
do you think like owls are like your spirit guide?
Yep, they definitely are 100%.
Definitely. That's what I would take.
Yeah, so when I saw that owl, I was like, no, no, no. But it goes
Right.
back. There's an I started speaking Cherokee and Sanskrit dialect, and I didn't know, like I would just be, speaking it, and I don't know how I learned it. I just started speaking it. So I'd have
Right.
to research these words that I was speaking,
To
and
find it. Yeah.
yeah, and I would it was so wild. But anyway, there's a song. Um it it's Yehanoah. I'll have to send it to you. But
Yeah,
what it
definitely.
means, is like it talks of the giant spirit, and I I I take it and I give it back. I take it and I give it back.
Right.
Um it's a
Yeah,
spiritual
definitely.
message, and it's a spiritual message in Cherokee, and there's a song about it. So, anyways, it's something that I actually experienced, and it's interesting. But yeah,
That's definitely interesting.
I know that we have more than one spirit animal.
Right.
But for sure, owls mean something to me just because I've had them, and some people think, oh no, owls, they could be a bad omen, but no, they're
No.
definitely
Well,
not.
that's just like my spirit. One of my spirit animals is a raven, and everybody's like, "Oh, that's or and crows," and they're like, "No, that's bad," and I'm like, "No, it's not. Do you know how
No, it's
smart they
not.
are?
Yeah,
you know, they chose to be my spirit animal. Definitely, I'll take a raven. Hell yeah,
yeah, yep,
you
for
know, because
sure.
they're always around me. Always
Yeah,
go
so
out
that,
there, especially here. Now that I moved here, it's like they live on my camper.
my daughter's always spotting ravens
Really.
when we go out, and I like she sees it first, so I know
Yep.
that's something that's spiritually guiding her now.
Yep.
um mm,
And you know what a trick with the ravens too
hmm.
is if say you have some by your house that like to flock, if you feed them, they'll bring you trinkets.
Wow.
Yeah, they're rewarding you. They'll bring you trinkets. I mean, it might
Oh,
be little things, but it's usually shiny things.
let's see. Patrick wants to know, what does the spirit guide the gray wolf and the eagle mean, because they are the ones I have. I know that the eagle is the same kind of thing. It brings in wisdom, because
Yeah,
like the natives of the Americas, and you also see it in many, many flags all over the world. The eagle, knowledge and wisdom. Um, Shoot, do you know what the gray wolf means? I'm
I'm
trying
looking it up right now. Not offhand, I don't know.
to.
But I will. It says the totem spirit animal is called. Yeah, we know that. Hold on. um,
It's also linked to the native of the Americas. A symbol of,
yeah. Oh,
yep, same
definitely, big
thing.
time.
Symbol of freedom and wisdom.
Yep, yep. Strength. I got
Yes.
strength, power, and determination to face your
Mm-hmm.
challenges.
And that goes
They're
hand in
always.
hand.
Yeah, I know. Noticed that a lot of times with spirit, at least one of your spirit guides or animals is basically one to help you get through things to where you don't something that you don't possess or you feel that you don't possess, if that makes
Mm-hmm.
sense. You know,
Oh
they're
my
like
gosh.
go ahead.
Yeah. I just had an epiphany. Okay. All right. we're in Mercury retrograde in what is it in Mercury retrograde in Cancer and Leo.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was last night, like I told you I couldn't sleep or this morning, last night, this morning. Well,
Right.
a lot of times when I'm getting a lot of downloads spiritually, I have those sleepless nights, or I'll be, if I do doze off, I'm still conscious.
I do that.
Well, I was sitting there last night and I had my eyes closed and I saw the lion, which is
Oh,
representative to Leo. And I
right.
just had an epiphany right now because the last time I saw him, it was last year this time. And I was talking, I don't remember who I was talking to, about how when you decode like even the Bible, it's pegged with astrology, okay? And I think
Right.
it's that's why I think it's hypocritical that they say, "Oh, you can't practice astrology. It's witchy." It's not, because it's in the Bible. It's hidden in code, or it's not even hidden, it's all there. But
Right.
anyways,
It's just deciphering it.
yeah, it goes hand in hand. When we're going through different lunar phases, um, the moon ends up in Cancer or Leo, and so on and so forth. Different gates are being opened. People are
Right.
being downloaded with different, what I would say, they're being downloaded with codes, or however they're actually being downloaded with the language of frequency, you know.
Right.
And people who are psychically in tune, they're going to be more perceptive of it. And then that goes also hand in hand why people feel anxiety. It's because they're being downloaded spiritually, and their guardians or their guides are trying to give them, or spirit family elders, so on and so forth, they're trying to give them a message. Hey, there's some things that you got to work on, so you got to do some shadow work.
Right.
um
I
and it
get that a lot. Like the other night, Tuesday night,
Yeah.
and I think this is what affected me Wednesday too. Because when I have, like, I'm starting to get like really deep, meaningful dreams. Like,
Mhm.
I never used to get to the third stage of sleep. That's why depression comes from, because I didn't get to the third stage of sleep.
Right.
Because, you know, as being a single mom, it's you hardly, you're listening for those little things, you know, and I'm a worry wart as it is
Exactly.
anyway, you know. Um
Yes.
so now I'm starting to really remember my dreams, especially if they're like meaningful. And kind
Mhm.
of like like I said, with the alien dreams, or tornadoes, another one that I know, warning, um, in which I've had ever since I was like 3, those
Mhm.
dreams. But the dream the other night was so weird, and I can't figure out what the meaning is, but I'm kind of like nervous about it, because what it is it had to do with um the moon shifting, like
Yeah.
coming more into our atmosphere, and like the whole world shifting, like enough to move my house down the street.
That's interesting. And
You
we've been
know, and
having
it was
these
like it was affecting the
earthquakes.
tides, and of course with the moon and everything, like the moon was, it it was weird. Let me see if I can do this on camera. It was up in the sky here, and then it
Uh-huh.
came down and went up here. And I'm like, well, that's weird. And then all this stuff started happening, and like the house shifted down the street. And hi, Dreamer Star. But
Hello.
yeah, that was a really messed up dream, and it was very. I can tell that it meant something. I'm not sure. I'm not a dream interpreter, you know.
Well,
But
my thing is like, okay, did you feel any temperature or anything like in your dream, like cold or anything? Um,
no, it was weird. Like I remember, I didn't feel any temperature, but I
okay.
remember feeling like I should be worried about this, but I wasn't.
And have you been noticing, like, the more you talk to people who are like you're able to have better dreams that you can remember?
Oh,
Do you know?
definitely.
Do you feel like you're
Definitely.
becoming more? It's kind of like, okay, I was telling Kelsey this yesterday. I was telling everybody this yesterday, Kelsey and Alicia and them. I was like, when you start flocking with your like-minded tribe, your people who get you, people who have the similar qualities, who can complement you. It doesn't matter that, like, you're in Alaska, I'm in Texas, Kelsey's in Tennessee, and Alicia's in
Right.
Georgia. Us just connecting, and not to mention you bringing up Tom DeLong today.
I know.
It's like, and I tell people I use those rainbow emojis because when it's about the auric field, it's about creating, it's about the true arc, the frequency, and you building a
Right.
rainbow bridge with someone. Doesn't matter how far they are, you're connecting, and you're all receiving downloads. It's almost like your auric, like attracts like, and
Right.
you're going to attract people who can also challenge you as well, but who have common interests. And it's almost like we're blending together. Kelsey, just by since she's been talking to me, she's been, wow, like, really opening up on her. I like, first time I was the first to comment on her live stream, and
Wow.
her first live stream, and I knew instantly we were going to be best friends. And it didn't matter that we lived in different states and we've
Right.
connected,
Definitely.
but I knew right away that she didn't know how gifted she was. She's still gonna, and she's just talking today, or last night. Actually, it was today because it was early in the morning, but she
Right.
was talking about she was talking about how, like, the stuff she sees, and I'm just like, this is awesome. It's like I'm watching a flower bloom, you
And then
know.
the reading that I gave her. Oh, wow. So that's
Yeah.
all making sense. Definitely.
Yeah, for sure. And then, so as far as, like, your dream goes, anytime, okay, with me, I can hear, I don't know if you've ever been able to hear the frequency of the moon, but
I know what you're talking about, and kinda, but
well, if you to tune in more, if you were to meditate more, you'll
yeah,
notice
that's my
that the
big problem.
moon, around the time of the full moon, you can, if you were to meditate, you can actually hear a frequency. And that's why a lot of people think, oh, the moon, is a satellite. But if you look up the definition of planets, guys, look up the definition of planet.
Right.
Planet means satellite.
Yes, it does. Yes. Yep.
So that trips you out. But
See, I
and
get
all,
more um with when it comes to, like, it gets closer to the full moon, I get more like, almost like, I want to say it's the same. I don't know if you get, like, with lightning, I get very charged up with lightning when we have
uh-huh.
a lightning storm. That's why it sucks because we don't have thunder and lightning storms here. But I get very charged up and I can feel like I can take on the world.
Yeah.
And I kind of get that more and more with coming closer to a full moon. Like I
Mm-hmm.
can start to not even look at a planetary calendar and know
Yep. Well,
when it's coming up.
so the moon, if you go back all the way in several cultures, with um, their magical, I would say more of their, the ones that they practice in their mystery schools,
Hmm.
the moon is representative to the feminine, whereas the sun is representative to the masculine.
Right.
Okay. So as far as that moon coming closer to you, I'm thinking you are definitely, that's like almost like a definite sign you're getting downloads. And obviously you're getting
Okay.
a
Right.
dream. So it's like a
Right.
frequency and energy that's coming towards you. So my thinking is I've been working a lot with the Divine Mother. I talked to you about me yelling at her the other day.
Right. Yeah. Uh-oh. Are you there? Wow. And she disappeared again. I can't hear you. I don't know if you can hear me. Jeez, we weren't talking about the government this time. Stephen, yeah, I've had tornado dreams ever since I was a little girl. At my aunt's house, for some reason, I just remember that was the first tornado dream um, that I've ever had. And usually it was like a bad sign coming my way. I had a dream where a tornado was coming down my aunt's house and it was zigzagging, and it had every house but the one I was in. So, so ever since then, are you there? I can't hear you still. But yeah, so ever since then, hi honey. I've had tornado dreams. Usually something bad's coming, or if I have uh, what did I say? Not alien dreams. I can't say that they're associated with bad, but it's scary. It's a scary dream. But I always remember those ones. Patrick, you're so right. Yeah, when you find people around you, that's right.
Okay.
Yay! I'm like, we didn't talk about the government this time.
I know. What is up with that? So weird. So
I know.
I was trying to tell you, like, as far as like that goes, when did you say that you had this dream again?
Tuesday night.
Tuesday night. Isn't that weird? Okay. Tuesdays when you did the card readings for me, right? And
Yes.
everybody.
Yep.
Okay. I was talking about the Divine Mother, and I just had a dream about, obviously I had a dream about the Divine Mother. And the Divine Mother is representative. You can tune into her with when you're focusing on the moon.
Right. Right.
So I'm thinking it's she's trying to give you a message. And I don't think it's
Yeah.
anything to like fear, but
And that could be
when
definitely where the whole thing of I should be worried about this, but I'm not comes in.
exactly. I think it's the next level to your spiritual awakening.
Never know. That definitely could be. Yeah.
Sounds like it.
Like I mean, when I was like, I should be scared of this. I mean, it was like I jumped into the fight or flight, but then it kind of like disappeared right away. If that makes
Yeah. Yeah. That's what it's representative to me. It's like, okay, you have I always say, metaphorically speaking, my body is to the earth, or I am as to a tree.
right.
Think of it like as your body's a circuit board. You have the positive, you have the negative. Um, when the moon, everybody gets charged on the full moon, right? They get more of a
Right.
charge. So you have in the stream the moon's coming at you. It's got a high frequency,
Oh
and it's
yeah, it's
like
going right down the road. It was almost cartoonish. It was weird.
yeah, it sounds like this is you're gonna get more messages for sure.
I mean, I believe that, and that definitely could have been why Wednesday was so tiring for me too, and just it was like I opened up more every time I do like my tarot readings and that I open up more, and you know what I mean?
Mhm.
More messages come through, and I notice I can make it happen with me going to some of those you ever listen to those DNA activations and stuff like that?
Yep. I yep. I
The
got
next day after I listen to those, or that night, I'll dream and then I'll be tired the next day.
yeah. Some of those, okay, like the reason why you get tired like that is because um either you need to do the meditation again or listen to those frequencies again or try to
Right,
do something different because they're depending on what you also want to see what kind of what am I listening to, an alpha, theta, or beta wave.
right, right,
Theta is going to be more for like a conscious deeper sleep, and you if you're not balanced in your chakras, you're going to feel tired the next day. So then
right.
maybe the next day you're going to want to do more of
I'm
an
never balanced in my chakras.
right. So
I'm
what I
telling you.
yeah, I recommend after that do look up binaural beats energy, because if you look up the
Right,
energy, you're going to get the alpha waves in there, and that's going to actually balance you out.
right.
Yeah.
I'll check that out. Yeah, definitely.
All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna hop off here. So if anybody wants a card reading, I didn't mean to. We
That's
we had a
okay.
we had a good talk.
Definitely,
As
definitely.
soon
We
as
always do.
as soon
I
as you started
absolutely love
talking
it.
about that, I woke me up for a little bit. I got a second wind.
Right? Damn Tom DeLong.
I know. I was like, wait a minute, I gotta get up here if you wanna. If it's okay, I think
Definitely is. I'm telling you, shit
people were
like that, though.
interested. Oh man, and obviously we had some things happen, you know. I'm
Yeah,
never
I
gonna
mean,
forget this.
it's definitely. I mean, I always have fun having you up on my panel. Anyway,
Yeah, I had
you know,
fun.
it's definitely. But yeah,
Alrighty.
hubby's home, and you know,
Yeah.
he's
All,
like, no, he don't care. He loves it. He wants to play with the toys.
yeah. Yeah. Well, I'll hop off here
My
so
toys.
you can I'll hop off here so you can talk to the chat and do whatever you need to do to, wrap up your live stream.
All right. Well, I thank you for coming up. I
Yeah,
really
thanks for
do. I
having me.
appreciate it all the time. And yeah, if you want to, go ahead. I see. I like that Missy and Shadows of the Moon are the same person. I had no clue.
Uh, yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah,
Yeah.
that would be cool to be up on his panel and do that or
Yeah.
whatnot.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to controversies.
Yes. Well, yeah, I'll talk to you more. I'll send you a message and we can um
Okay.
get it figured out.
Yeah, definitely.
Alrighty. All
All
right.
right.
Bye
Well,
guys. I'll
thank
be in the
you.
chat. Love ya.
All right.
Bye.
I'll just see if anybody's gonna want a card pull, or if not, we can say goodbye to tomorrow. What is tomorrow? Tomorrow's Friday. It's Freaky News Friday, and I got some freaky news. At least a couple things. Yeah, we had fun today, you guys. I thank you guys for joining me. I really do. I always appreciate you guys here. You make me feel at home, like I'm talking to a friend. And I appreciate you guys for that. I really do. And if you guys got some freaky news that you want to share, I'll have. Now that I know how to work all this stuff, I'll always put the link up. So if you guys ever want to come up and join me on panel, definitely, say, hey, I want to come up. Oh, you're very welcome, Diary, always. Thank you for coming up. I always have so much fun talking to you and everybody in chat. Always. Now go get some sleep, damn it. All right, well, I'm going to end this now. 2 hours and 11 minutes. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I hope you guys had fun. I definitely had fun. I thank you all for joining me. And I will see you guys tomorrow for Freaky News Friday. Take care, guys. Love ya. Bye.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.